Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning to you, depending on what side of the world that you are on presently. We have a special treat here tonight as we have a very late Super Metroid run. We have Super Metroid Mystery running tonight, and we have a couple of really interesting runners going with us tonight. We're going to be blessed by the efforts of a couple of different ones here. We've got Nevdi and Smelon, and both of them are getting set right now, as we can see, getting all their settings right. Now, we have the mystery that we've been running lately. We have our co-host here, JX, who's going to tell us a little bit about what we can expect from this mystery seed. JX?
All right. Well, Nerdvada, thank you. First, let's also introduce Nubian God, who is our tracker tonight. Tracker's the MVP of all of our races. And the mode tonight is a mystery. So we have no idea what's going to be. We know a few different things about it. We know it will be either a full countdown, major, minor, or Chozo for the item randomization. We know that we have 4 different boss modes, that being vanilla, shuffled, shifted, or surprise. And I'm always looking forward to surprise, but it's unusual for that to happen. Outside of that, there are a few other things that can happen. We can have area randomization, or we could have a vanilla map. And I believe the ammo distribution is also randomized. It could either be the standard 3-2-1 missiles, supers, power bombs distribution, or 2-2-1 again, missiles, supers, power bombs, which is the dash distribution. And here we go. We're on the ship. I see 5 majors and criteria. We have full countdown tonight. I also see a 20 damage for our beam, which means we have the starter charge beam.
Always a nice blessing there, so it always means you never have to count on finding the ammo. Even with starter charge, it's still enough to get you going through to Mother Brain in all situations, so you don't have to worry about being soft-locked by bosses either.
You could still soft lock on MB1 because you have to have a certain amount of ammo to break the glass and actually defeat MB1. MB1 being the only boss in the game, I believe, that does not take damage from the charge beam.
I believe you are correct there. All others will. But here we're going to see our Morph Ball item here in just a second. We'll kind of get an idea of what kind of randomization we're looking at with that.
Well, we already know the randomization because we have the numbers in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, so we know it's full countdown.
Full countdown, absolutely. But as far as what we can expect for the troll placement of the game itself. And looks like we're going to start with a nice vanilla Morph Ball there.
Yep, Morph is guaranteed to either be vanilla there on the pedestal, or it will be the ceiling item up by the taco tank, the original E-tank. And we have bombs. That's exciting.
So no need to worry too much about power bombs just yet, so that'll be a nice little blessing for them to not have to panic about finding bombs.
Well, I don't think they'll panic so much about finding bombs. They're still going to want a power bomb to possibly head over and see if they can find out the meme route transition. An important transition to know if we're in area randomization, but we only get 2 missile packs, so we're not checking that right now.
Now, 2 missiles, not necessarily a bad thing to get started, but we definitely were hoping for either a super or a power bomb to get us started off, as you were saying, to check that meme route transition.
Yep, exactly. If it's a vanilla map, we know where the meme route transition goes. But if we happen to have area randomization, that portal is one that can get orphaned pretty easily. And the runners, if that does happen, will hope that they'll just pop out of the meme route portal when they're checking some other portal. Otherwise, it could be one of the 3 dead ends. But we'll wait till we're confirmed in area randomization before we go into that. We have one more minor item check here under Old Mother Brain.
Definitely checking this because you still want to try and find at least some sort of ammo. We get Spring Ball. I mean, it's an interesting item to find earlier on. It'll help with a little bit of movement.
Wow, and we've got a lot of dads and dumbs in the chat. Awesome sauce. Yeah, it was supposed to be a minor, but then it turned out to be one of the minor major items, which is Spring Ball. It's all good, DJ. I got it covered.
And really nice ledge grabs there by Smelon, just making his way up. I mean, little tricks like that, it's a little bit of speed increase, but it also just looks pretty as you execute it nicely.
Yeah, those ledge grabs were on point from both runners going up the climb, and we're checking the 230 location, and we find one of the 3 E-tanks here in Criteria. And also, chat, it's super fun. We get to do the count of how many mistakes will JX make on comms tonight, and you can count that as 1, though in a traditional layout, that is going to be a minor item location.
We are going to see a BT fight here as well, so that'll always be fun.
Yes, that's one of the things, checking BT, because we do have bombs, will result in the BT fight. And we don't have super missiles to make the BT fight trivial. And it's all for a missile pack. That's going to be an unfortunate time loss for Smelon. Might be time neutral, assuming nevdi goes down and checks it, but nevdi may not. Nevdi may just be a full pedal or a full foot on the gas pedal go.
nevdi is taking some route divergence here from Smelon, so it will be interesting to see how these two add up.
Also, that red door to on the right down there at the bottom of Terminator, all the way down there, tells us we are in a vanilla map. So the meme route check not going to hurt us tonight.
Which makes sense with not finding power bomb.
Maybe. I mean, the meme route could still have been a thing in area randomization. However, we still have a couple of major items and criteria, but suit restrictions are on, so neither one of those major items will be a suit.
Both runners here running about the same timing as far as finding their items. You know, Smelon's up a missile pack in a transition, so I mean, it's not that much of a divergence or time waste at this point that we're seeing. Just a little bit of difference in the routing.
Yeah, we're very early. Right now, nevdi might seem like he has a small lead, but it's just because gotten down to Green Bryn, and we're seeing here in the Bryn Reserve area, we've gotten our first pack of power bombs. We've gotten 2 packs of super missiles, nice and comfy. We also can notice that there are 2 majors here in Green Bryn Star and 2 E-tanks. Well, 2 E-tanks, that's right. nevdi got one right here on the statue in Bryn Reserve.
Now we're down 1 E-tank here, so there's 2 more in criteria and 1 more here, which will be interesting to see, because if they end up going back for those ones, it could put the hell runs out of logic depending on what suits they can find.
So right now, I don't believe any hell runs are in logic. Ice Beam hell run might be in logic, but because it's a vanilla map, there's no logic. The logic to get through Cathedral is a little bit tougher, I believe. And don't worry, Nerdvana, I've got good news for you. There are several amazing runners that I see in chat. So all the things that we say wrong, they're going to let us know. And we've got our first question in chat. How does the full countdown work?
So full count, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Nirvana. No, please explain it. Awesome.
So full countdown works in a couple of different ways. What you're seeing up there is the item count between majors and E-tanks. M representing the majors and E representing the E-tanks that are present in the area in which they're in. It will generate depending on the transitions that they take. So if they enter Norfair, you'll see a different item count in the top right, such as criteria and so on. Well, don't worry, chat. I'm expecting to make all the mistakes. This is only my 3rd time here. I'm just a baby.
Nah, you've got this covered. You're doing great. You did a decent job on explaining full countdown. The E-tanks up there in the full countdown numbers on the top right of the screen, that is actually, I do believe, a dash feature. In full countdown for just the vanilla Varia randomizer, it's only going to show the number of majors, so it doesn't tell you how many E-tanks are in an area.
And thank you, Original, for answering that question. Yes, the 20 up in the right corner also means the damage that the charge beam is able to deal, which at the same time also means they started with a starter charge beam at the same time.
That's right. That means they can charge a shot right now, which would do 20 whole damage to any boss they might face. So they can avoid soft blocking should they end up in, say, Bot Wound, the mini boss, with no ammo. They still have that starter charge, so they could complete that fight. Though that would be supremely miserable, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemies, or even Nevdi.
Having to work with the starter charge is a nice convenience to have, but it's definitely one of those I want to find my regular charge beam.
Absolutely. The charge upgrades, there should be, I believe, 2 charge upgrades out there. One will double the charge damage from 20 to 40. The other one will triple it from 20 to 60, making it like the vanilla charge beam.
Well, Smelon taking an interesting check here, one we don't see very often, underneath Big Pink.
That's right. That's the Mission Impossible room. But again, because we have Countdown, that could have been the other major that's here in Green Bryn.
Absolutely. So it's still an important check, and we might see some other unusual checks that we don't see in such as a minor major switch or even a Chozo.
Right. So here we see checking the Spore Spawn location. We never get to see poor Spore Spawn, the boss that we can skip. There was an E-Tank back there. We will see that in Chozo because it's a Chozo statue. But in Major Minor, very few people are going to go out of the way. Very few runners will go out of the way to check that.
And now Smelling Catch him, going to grab his pack here from the Chozo statue, getting his energy tank and fill him right up. Meanwhile, Nevdi making his way down towards Norfair. And we find Plasma.
Wow. All right. So strongest beam in the game found, and watch the damage just jump right up to 150.
Not to mention with that starter charge and already finding X-Ray, they do have the microwave beam available to them now.
That's true, but I would call it the baby microwave beam because it's not going to do near as much damage. And Nevdi actually going to go back through Meme Route's portal. There's only a miner over here, so an interesting choice.
They may be thinking of clearing Wrecked Ship, taking a look at the boss up there with this check as well, and seeing what Wrecked Ship might have to offer.
Maybe. That certainly wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but it's quite a distance to go up Crateria, back up through the climb. I think that was more of a... I've played a lot of area and or map rando, and that was just some muscle memory kicking in, going up there.
I could very easily see that being what happened there, yes. So, Smelling just continuing on, going into Big Red. About to pick up his plasma. Nope, he's going to check Meme Route as well.
Moth is correct. This is Countdown, so that very well could have been one of the other Crateria majors.
That is true.
So I didn't consider that, and that's why I'm not running or playing this game. I'm just up here talking about it and doing, you know, what I do as a commentator, which is say things that are usually true, but sometimes, you know, false. Yes, absolutely. Very, very good call to check that. Not muscle memory. Definitely an intentional decision. We see Nevdi in Red Bryn Star, one major over there. There's only 5 items, so it's very quick to check through all of these.
Finding a lot of super packs as well, so that'll be a nice convenience to have later on. They're not as necessary with having plasma, but still a nice convenience to have if you don't have any other beams. It will add up quickly with damage.
Oh, the supers, they want to have at least 30 on tap, just in case they run into Ridley. Even with the charge beam they have, no Varia suit, 3 tanks. Well, no Varia suit, 3 tanks plus a reserve. It is possible to do Ridley on that if you have enough supers to do it. However, I've only ever seen one runner do that. Maybe there's a couple that have done it, but very rare. And there's a charge upgrade here in Red Bryn.
We'll definitely see. Watch that damage increase come across now, doubling in damage here to 300. And that is pretty well cleared in Red Bryn for Nevdi, unless he wants to check more of the minor locations, but finding all the major items there.
So there is a question in chat about whether the suits, which way the suits spawn. They are randomized. There's just a little bit of logic about where the suits can and can't be. For instance, you're not going to find the Varia suit behind Ridley or in Lower Norfair at all. And you're also not going to find the gravity suit behind Dragon in East Meridia.
Now here's something interesting. We have Nevdi that is heading towards the wrecked ship, and we have Smelon that is going towards Trade here, so we're getting some good route diversions as well.
Absolutely. Wreck ship 1 major. I'm not sure I would invest too much time in this. I would check here. Peeking the upper, the item at top there was very good. Gonna check the ocean item. That could be our major, and it is space jump.
Space jump definitely a nice item to find early on.
Absolutely. The earlier you get the movement items, the longer, especially if you have them before your race opponent, the bigger an advantage they can give you.
And a beautiful jump over to the door there, and we are in to face Fantoon. Not a bad pick here, honestly. This actually will fight in Smelon's favor because once he goes back to wrecked ship, it'll be activated.
Absolutely, and we do see that it does say wreck ship there, so we know that we are in, I believe, shuffled bosses. Because if this was shifted bosses, then this would open the Kraid closet location, and I believe Surprise would do that as well.
And Smelon setting up for that microwave shot. Gets it. Not crouched though, so won't have as an accurate idea. As you can see there, you know, if you've seen a regular microwave, it just definitely doesn't do nearly as much damage, but it still is very helpful.
Yeah, if the normal microwave beam were here, that would have gotten Fantoon, but because it's just baby microwave, not quite. And actually, microwaving Fantoon, not the easiest thing in the world to do. Smelon doing an excellent job to actually get the beam to hit Fantoon.
To my understanding, as far as crouching with microwave in general, if you stand up after you crouch, I'm being corrected by D-Web.
Yeah, that's Dragon, where if you're crouched and fighting Dragon with a microwave beam, you will stand up once Dragon has died.
I have been corrected. See, it was my turn to make a mistake.
No. There are no mistakes here, only learning opportunities for everyone.
Only happy little accidents.
And Nevdi peeking into Kraid, seeing the 1 major item, and now going down, also seeing 1 E-Tank. There's only 3 items for Kraid, so checking this item back here with a power bomb is a good idea. It is an E-Tank. We saw that on Smelon's side. Let's see if Nevdi takes a save and goes in to check the Kraid boss. All right, we got Smelon into Upper Norfair on the Business Center side, as Nevdi is about to go in and discover the ghost with the most resets, Fantoon.
Interesting to see what Norfair holds. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a bet on Croc seed or not.
It's a Super Metroid seed. Of course you bet on Croc. But to be fair, Croc is actually going to show us how many majors are there. So you can pop in. The only thing is it's not area. So if you do go down into Croc, you either have to reset out or defeat Croc to leave. Power bombs at the ice beam location, and we did see a missile pack in Crumble Shaft. And watch Nevdi get a 1 round here because of the double damage by having that charge upgrade.
Very nicely done there by Nevdi. Smelon making his way back. And getting that mock ball out.
And I see in chat that if with DJ saying that if it's crate at wreck ship, that would be very trolly, and that absolutely would be, because that means that other major was completely accessible either directly behind crate or in crate's closet. And we
No,
see
his route
this.
divergence paying off even more now because of the speed booster. That's going to be very helpful once he goes back to clear wreck ship.
Yeah, this is actually a great place to find speed, given we don't have Varia, because now we can use this Frog Speedway to cross over to Bubble Mountain, and the only item we're leaving behind unchecked is the missile in Cathedral.
And we find our first power bomb of the game as well. Being hidden. What am I saying? First power bomb. I was reading my stats wrong. All right.
Yes,
All right, chat,
that was
attack me.
definitely the second power bomb in Norfair. That's okay. I got chat covered. Don't worry, Nerdvana. We're good.
Okay.
All right, what's smelling checking right here?
Oh, we find the high jump on the other side, so that'll be a nice access when he gets back there.
Oh, I'm sorry. While he did see the high jump item, I was looking for Croc Escape. But that's okay. We're just having fun up here, right? I think I confused Nirvana, chat. But it was definitely high jump boots at Croc Escape. Smelling going down, following southern route, possibly going to drop down into Croc down here. Or just going right around to pick up the... Going to take a save here and going to get those high jump boots, I believe.
And being without a heat shield or anything like that, taking that safety save is definitely a nice thing to do here as we're taking a look at what we've got going on. Granted, Crockmire should be a lot easier with having plasma here.
Now, that save was important. As you see, Croc has 0 majors. So while checking to see any majors, good. Having that save is great, because now just reset and go right back to that save and exit. That way you don't have to fight Croc to get out, even though Croc with a charged plasma shot will be much easier
Absolutely.
than a normal Croc fight, which is also supposedly easy. I don't know. Croc destroys me. I'm terrible at this game.
It's only easy if he doesn't block your shots 90% of the time.
Smelling going for a short charge here. This is a difficult short charge to get.
Running out of health to perform that short charge.
And
not much bit of reserve.
Yeah, not much in that reserve. Gonna do a crystal flash.
Probably not a bad call here in general.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Smelling has maybe forgotten having bombs to do the bomb jump up, because that's, I would think, a little bit easier. Like maybe you give this this short charge one try and then you just go right down and start your bomb jump.
Looks like Smelling might be heading for the IBJ right now. Yeah, trying to line up for it nicely. Yep, realizing you need to reset. Just had too little health to be able to finish it up.
Yeah, could have done another crystal flash, but definitely resetting to get that health back. And Nevdi is going through Cathedral, does not want to orphan that Cathedral item, wants to make sure to see what's down there. And it's just a missile.
Now being able to come back with another attempt here.
And here's that space jump coming in handy for Nevdi across Rising Tide.
Absolutely. Just little moments like this are adding up.
Oh, Smelling takes a death. Not devastating due to the save. And Nevdi doing a save here, going to save scum, potentially save scum the reserve check up here at the top up here in Bubble Mountain. I know where we're at, chat.
We are somewhere, and it is in Metroid.
Did somebody say gravity suit first? Because if you said gravity suit first, there it is in Upper Norfair.
Gravity Suit going to be a nice little damage reduction there, but definitely not as much as they would be hoping doing these hell runs.
Well, that's true. In-dash Gravity Suit can provide a damage reduction. That's actually another one of the things that is randomized. I'm not certain it is providing that damage reduction, as that damage seems to be ticking down at the normal heat damage rate.
I would agree. It does seem that they are taking the damage all the way. Which could mean that we either see a heat shield or a Varia not before too long.
Possibly. I mean,
If there is a heat shield.
That's true. Heat shield might not be here, and that gravity suit could mean that our Varia suit is actually behind Dragon in East Meridia. We have gravity suit, we have speed booster. I believe we can get through all of Meridia now. And actually, Norfair Reserve, that's another thing. That space jump paying huge dividends in Norfair Reserve. That room is deceptively tricky, but space jump makes it much easier.
Definitely stopping to gather some of those power bombs back, just in case.
And check that out, Nerdvana. The raids continue tonight. First, let me shout out Zeb316 for the raid earlier as we were getting started, and then Freddy in 3K. Thanks for the raid. We appreciate you coming in here tonight.
Absolutely, the raids are always appreciated. I'm sure the runners will really appreciate it later as well, as they come in later on, hopefully to chat with us for a little bit.
And there, Croc escaped for Nevdi, so just like that. I mean, did not have to attempt doing the short charge, didn't have to IBJ. This space jump is really paying dividends. And we see here Smelon going to do the check of the speed booster location. Does have speed booster. This check will be relatively fast, but we know the most that can be found down here is a couple of super packs.
And we do find a super pack as well, so we find 2 super packs, so we'll definitely have the necessary missiles to proceed further. If they ever do find Ridley, it'll be a nice thing to have those 35, especially for Smelon without the double charge yet.
I don't know if Nevdi took a save before that. I think, yep, Nevdi also taking that save beforehand, very wisely done. So Nevdi could do a play to lower Norfair here. Does have enough E and does have a couple crystal flashes in the tank. But if Ridley's hiding down there, which is still a possibility, that would be devastating unless there's a bunch of E-tanks down there, which again could be the case.
I believe at this point we can still see a surprise boss, correct?
That's the neat thing. I think we can always see a surprise boss. Actually, no. We're in shuffled bosses because the Fantunic Kraid was said wreck ship. If it was surprise, it would have said Kraid.
Ah, that's fair. That makes sense. Nevdi going straight down to lower Norfair. Being a little brave with 6 E-tanks.
Only 1 E in lower Norfair. Still not too late to turn around and say, oops, this was not a great idea.
They do have enough power bombs for 2 total crystal flashes. Maybe they're thinking that if they need to use them, they can.
And Nevdi gonna try to green gate glitch. There is a refill station over here at GT. Don't know if I would have wanted the reserve to pop like that, but it did. I think 33 health, you gotta take the refill before checking the item. If you check the item first, it's guaranteed death if it's not the E-tank.
Absolutely. And there he's able to save himself the ammo for a crystal flash as well, so definitely a good choice.
The other thing I would have considered doing was having a save at the top of Lower Norfair so I could pop into GT and actually check to see if the E-Tank and or Major was hiding there. And Smelon is just going right to Meridia, so we have some pretty good divergence here.
We have
Sparks
two
up.
majors in West Meridia as well, so that could be... There could be Varia hiding somewhere in here, which would make the Hell Run end for Smelon in the long run.
Now, as
So
soon
the
as you
route...
pick up Varia, the Hell Runs are over.
Which would be interesting to see as the route divergence here. So yeah, this route divergence will be perfect for Smelon, or it'll just be even more interesting.
Well, it's interesting either way. This is nevdi just going down and showing that nevdi is a gamer. Here's the other charge upgrade. So
that's a nice line for sure.
That'll give Smelon his first charge upgrade. I'm not sure if nevdi will check that. I think that was that Varia in the wall.
That was Varia in the wall. A very good check.
And here's the E-Tank at Firefleas, a nice refill. And chat is absolutely correct. I think DJ said this, Zeb might have said this, but needs this boss to not be Ridley. If Ridley is down here, that's going to eat up all the supers.
Absolutely, and that'll run it very short.
Yeah, the reverse of that is Smelon needs Ridley to be down here. And this is an interesting play. Smelon is heading back down into Norfair, having found the Varia suit.
I think that's a good call, honestly. For the routing, I think it makes a lot of sense.
There are rolling saves. I believe that's on in all dash randomizations. And more supers for nevdi, yes please.
Definitely a big help there, especially if we're going to be needing to Crystal Flash, which it's looking very likely, so we might need to. Let's be able to farm up enough health before getting to Ridley first. Assuming it is Ridley.
Ice in the veins of nevdi here, taking out the metal pirates. Going to Crystal Flash here before going into the pre-Ridley room. I don't have any idea what that's called.
The question is, do we see him stop to farm for more power bombs as well?
Flower House, yes, that's the name of the room. I just couldn't think of it. While I do have an extra large iced coffee right next to me, it is not touching the tiredness that is me on comms tonight.
And nevdi finding Kraid.
Actually, one of the best cases for nevdi was either Kraid or Dragon down here. Either one of them would have been fine.
Does that make wrecked ship Ridley? I believe it does.
Yes. I believe that definitely makes wrecked ship a possibility to be Ridley. It could also be Dragon.
That's true. Dragon could still be vanilla at this point. And a nice fast pillars there from Smelon.
And the major in Kraid's area was not behind Kraid. However, I anticipate when nevdi gets to the top up here, there will be a quick divergence into Kraid's lair to check that major. Though nevdi should be able to deduce by logic that that major cannot be the Varia suit. Varia suit now for nevdi has only one purpose, and that's rainbow beam protection. Oh wait, it was Spazer back there all along? Nerdvana, why didn't you tell me it was Spazer? And that nevdi skipped it?
Because I missed it. Smelon making his way through the key hunters now. A little low on health, but he does have that extra suit.
Yeah, also I believe screw attack, so the key hunters are not near as scary with screw attack.
I'm surprised Smelon doesn't pick up the super missile there, even just to have a little bit of extra there for the fight.
Nope, that's 7 seconds Smelon's not willing to waste.
That's fair. Not quite being able to line up the first charge there. I think we're going to get it here on the second one. Yeah, there's this charge there.
Nevdi taking a save because completely out of crystal flashes, and maybe something can go horribly wrong with all this E.
We still have a major item that's not located yet in Ridley, but for the most part the runners are going to be in go mode, especially with nevdi finishing up this fight here. He may still be interested in trying to find Varia for the Ridley fight itself, but...
That's a possibility. If Ridley is in Kraid's lair, there is an energy refill before, and Nevdi has plenty of tanks to be able to pull off a Ridley kill. Also, the best super missile farm in the game, and in fact, there is Spazer on Smelon's side.
See, we got to see it that time. Smelon honestly not that far behind Nevdi right now. They've got equal bosses and almost equal items, but Smelon does have the advantage of having found Varia already.
That's so it's an advantage, but Nevdi does have enough tanks to be able to skip Varia entirely. The Rainbow Beam only does 600 damage, and Nevdi, I believe, has 7 tanks plus some reserve, plus a reserve.
Now the interesting thing is, Nevdi is not too far from being set up where, with another E-tank or two, could consider doing stand-up glitch on MB3 as well.
To be able to do stand-up glitch without... I'm not sure how many tanks it takes to do it without Varia, but yes, that's possible. And Nevdi right now has a pretty comfortable lead. That space jump really got a little bit of early, and then being able to pull off Lower Norfair without too many issues, just absolutely making this game look silly easy. It takes a little effort. Oh, Nevdi, if you're going to check that item, you should just spark up and get it. It takes about the same amount. Though, again, space jump makes me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Good job, space jump.
Ooh, and finding ice by Smelon, that's actually a decently big find for the Metroids later on, and Nevdi's probably not going to come back for that.
No, Nevdi is not getting Ice Beam, not getting Ice Beam this game. Or this seed. It's a very nice pickup. It's going to make up some time, but Nevdi's going to have something go, I won't say catastrophically wrong, but Nevdi's going to have quite a few hiccups. I think Nevdi was checking Aqueduct there looking for one of the E-tanks, just because low health.
I mean, there is a couple things that Ice Beam will do for Smelon. A, it'll make the Metroids a lot easier to take down. And B, it'll make Mother Brain 3 go a little bit faster because now they'll have the stronger charge beam to go with it as well. Especially once they find the other half of the charge upgrade.
You meant MB2, but that's okay. I knew what you meant.
That is what I meant. Yes, how did you know?
Because MB3 has the Hyper Beam, and once you have Hyper Beam, all bets are off. Bomb blocks die, screw attack blocks die, power bomb blocks die. Basically, Hyper Beam destroys everything.
So they base it off of a 2-year-old then. Got it.
Nevdi, finding another super pack actually important because we could still have Ridley down here. I'm pretty sure Nevdi is aware of that and will most likely farm up at least supers here, if not farming up a bunch of health, just in case the Precious Room item is not an E-tank. Bot Wound has the best drops in the game, depending on what you need. And when I say best drops, I mean best at dropping exactly what you don't need every time.
Smelon moving pretty quickly through here.
The other thing that nevdi may have forgot, because it's something I forgot, is on the other side of the save room is an energy recharge, I believe, and missile refill. So I think I would have just got to the 30 supers, 32 supers, and just, if my energy was terrible, I would have checked that. And it's just a pack of cheeseburgers back here. nevdi, all full up, says no thank you.
Meanwhile, Smelon's starting to catch a little bit, taking care of Bot Wound, and Bot Wound is down almost as soon as it started.
And we have Ridley here.
Wrecked Ship Dragon, that'll be an interesting fight too.
If you mean interesting, it'll be another microwave spectacular, absolutely.
Absolutely, who doesn't like fried shrimp?
Deep fried shrimp, fine. Microwave shrimp, no thank you. It's rubber.
I can agree with that. I've been to Olive Garden many times and I've had leftovers.
I already think you're a braver person than I, Nerdvana, when it comes to getting shrimp at Olive Garden.
Here's an interesting thing, I actually used to work there.
That just means you know what the breadsticks are made out of. Nevdi's a little low on health here. Will nevdi pop up and hit this refill? nevdi says no.
Nevdi does have that little bit of reserve there. Smart idea too. Well, was it
very
much of a
little.
reserve?
Has some nice health though.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Smelon taking care of Ridley himself now.
Yep, using the charge beam with ice to do a little bit of damage first. That is not going to have the same DPS as the super missiles, but not enough super missiles to finish the fight. So I agree with doing that when Ridley's, less bouncing all over the place.
Ridley does look dead here. Yep, a good grab, and Ridley is cleared. Now, I don't think Smelon needs to check this item here, but it looks like he's going to anyway. Nope,
No,
deciding against it and moving on.
The only thing back there could be an E-tank because it's considered Lore Warfare.
That's true.
Maybe nevdi's planning to go, I don't know, I guess it's Forgotten Highway? Maybe. I don't know where nevdi's going. Nevdi's doing nevdi things. And by nevdi things, I mean nevdi's playing this game far better than I could. Actually going to the top of Everest, just the way you should. Back into Red Bryn, up the top, to Wreck Ship. Yeah, my room names are off tonight, chat. I'm sorry. That was a 6 spring ball by nevdi, though.
Nice movement there. Spring ball showing exactly why it is useful as well.
Yeah, I thought the foosball trick was when you did the backup Green Hill Zone with it, but maybe I'm incorrect. Either way, it's awesome to see that.
It's the finer things in life.
Oh, that's reverse slinky. Okay, there we go. See, it doesn't matter how much coffee I drink this late at night, I'm still asleep. Also, chat, in case you're wondering, it's only going on 10 p.m. for me. It's not very late. Sleepy Night asking if there's more speed gaming after this, that there's 5 more hours on shift. I am uncertain if there's more on speed gaming schedule for tonight. There is a schedule page out there that can be checked. Aw, thanks, Pythagorean Theory. I appreciate that. 10 p.m. is pretty late when you're over 30.
Yeah, I feel that one. Considering I was up at 5 a.m. today, that feels.
Smelon getting into Wreck Ship as nevdi is just about done with Dragon.
Now, being the positioning of things is, Smelon is in full go mode here. We have a stronger charge beam, we have ice, we have everything we need to beat the game. I don't think he finds that second charge pack.
Oh no, no, we're not checking any items anymore. This is just kill all the things, destroy the planet. Well, get off the planet while the planet blows up. That's the mode that everyone in the game playing right now is in. Or, you know, we could just call it go mode.
Trying to get that spike suit.
Here's another place where the space jump is just crazy. Oh, dropped it. That's unfortunate. But you can space jump across ocean there, and it's very, very fast. You could also just spark across ocean.
Smelon does have a faster MVP for sure. He's going to make up some time with those Metroids. That's going to be the biggest time grab right there.
So the biggest issue nevdi has is nevdi has to get speed zeb skip, which is not an easy short charge. I think nevdi does have the skill to pull it off. Also going to take a ship refill, and Smelon, I believe, does pick up a spike suit.
Beautifully done as well. It's another one of those things that it's more tricky than it looks. You know, from our perspective, it looks like you go hit the thing and you do it. But the actual timing and the execution involved in it is so much more difficult.
I do enjoy seeing Smelon lay that bomb, forgetting that they have spring ball.
And Smelon noping out of the wreck ship here. And hitting that.
Right there is where we're going to use that spike suit, right across ocean, as we saw nevdi decide to show us the plasma beam special attack just for the funs.
It's always fun to see the specials. You know, seeing wave beam against Redley is pretty common to see X factors when you're lower on ammo. And Smelon just opting for the auto save. Not the auto save, but the auto refill once he gets down to G4. Always good call.
Yeah,
and a very nice way through there too. That was beautifully done.
So, yeah, this is actually very close. Look at where Smelon's at. Look at where nevdi's at. Nevdi power bombing the Metroids. It's not as slow as you think, but it is definitely slower than the ice beam, especially if you can do the highest level Metroid room strats. There is also one other trick we haven't talked about that could come into play, and that's baby skip.
Well, neither player has wave beam, so that may deter from doing baby skip. I don't see Smelon doing it, being already lower on health.
Yeah, Smelon has to refill anyway. However, not wave beams, baby skip still saves time. That cutscene is not short.
Smelon running into a little bit of an issue here, seeing a lot fewer supers than you would probably like.
Fortunately for ammo needs, Smelon only needs missiles to get through. However, it is a pretty long fight. I'd even consider resetting this room for supers. Nope, just going.
Nevdi can do stand-up with his present health.
Alright, here's the baby skip attempt from Nevdi, setting up for the Stachio skip. No wave beam makes this harder. Baby says, nope, you're not getting no skip.
Meanwhile, look where Smelon is, right behind him. This is going to be ending up a very close race.
Here goes Smelon for baby skip. Can Smelon get it? That would close a significant portion of the gap.
Yep, need that one block there gone. We should be able to see it here.
And
and
there
nice
it is.
Execution.
Baby skip by Smelon. Now, I anticipate that Smelon will take the refill still, but way closer now.
And nevdi definitely with a bit faster here in the end because he's got the 42 supers. Smelon does have the extra 100 damage on the charge though.
Okay, here's that Zeb skip attempt from nevdi. Doesn't get it first try, just going straight to ammo.
So this will actually help close the gap even further using this ammo here.
That's true because Smelon just has to go in here and use Ice Beam to get a Zeb skip. Much easier to do.
Oh, that was indeed a beautiful suitless from lower Norfair from nevdi. Absolutely. And Smelon making his way through, ready to break the glass. We're going to see a very interesting MB2.
Well, what we can see here is that we actually do have a pretty big ammo differential. nevdi has 20 supers, whereas Smelon does not. Now, each charge shot from Smelon will do 100 extra damage, but that's still 6,000 points of damage that nevdi has, whereas Smelon only has 1,000 in the missiles.
We're going to see a really close finish here.
Well, we've got two MB2s on screen at the same time. It doesn't get too much closer than this.
Smelon's doing a good job of hitting those shots.
Absolutely. Any missed charge shot here, accidental shot to the hand, or missing the brain and shooting into the ceiling, that's just time you're giving your opponent.
Interesting thing to note is that nevdi does have more health for the regen phase of the Metroid.
And Ketchup almost at the same time. nevdi, though, with all these supers, look at the difference.
They are very close at this point. Looks like nevdi might be trying to set up. Nope.
Rainbow beams almost simultaneous.
This is insanely
Look
close.
like about a 3 to 4 second difference on Samus hitting the ground, and I don't think either of them are doing stand-up.
What's interesting is that stand-up might have given nevdi the edge here, but now it's just going to be too close to call.
What do you mean too close to call? We can watch when Mother Brain's butt hits the ground. And that's the first determination of who's ahead. And then we can see when the baby detaches from Samus. So nevdi is ahead right now, but you are correct. There's a lot more health to refill. However, this is a fixed cutscene, and the baby has to eat 10 onion rings.
I think that was just like a 3-second difference between the two there on the sit-downs.
Yeah, this is extremely close. Even though nevdi had more health to refill, the cutscene itself is going to take the same amount of time because it needs there needs to be 10 shots of onion rings into the baby before the baby will detach. Oh no, the baby ×2. nevdi, Hyper Beam first, slight lead, but MB3 can do MB3 things.
Smelon getting really nice on his side, so is nevdi. Both just executing beautifully a good MB3 here.
nevdi through first. Smelon right behind. This is still entirely anyone's race. nevdi slightly ahead. It looks like about... We'll time it here. Two seconds. nevdi is 2 seconds ahead. And we have a room coming up called the Leodox room. It has a name for a reason, and it's not a good one. Oh, Nevdi drops a jump.
Smelon missing one there.
Oh, back and forth in escape. Does it get any better than this, chat?
We are about 1 second apart right now.
We are shaking, hitting the return button for done apart. Craziness. Both of them sparking up the climb at the same time.
It's going to be really close here at the end.
Nevdi a couple of seconds ahead. It's
Oh,
Parlor. Smelon drops one in Parlor. Oh no. Will the steam
Nevdi
heck up
picking it up.
Nevdi?
Oh, a little bit of steam, but it hits Smelon as well.
Nevdi through the door first.
It could come down to proper positioning sitting on the ship.
And Nevdi hits the ship first. Both of them visible top of the ship at the same time. Chat, let's get our GGs out for both Nevdi and Smelon. Nevdi finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 54 minutes and 22 seconds. Smelon finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 54 minutes 23 seconds. 1 second in race time. I don't know if there'll be a retime or not. Who can say? What a great race.
I think that is by far the closest race that I have ever witnessed. And what a great execution of skills too. Run it back right now.
And we are joined by our race winner, Nevdi. Nevdi, GG's. And our race runner-up, Smelon. And I say that because I don't know if there will be a run-back frame recount on this. There might be.
I think at 1 second there might have to be, yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to recount, but I mean, Nevdi probably won, but I still want to recount just to make sure.
Yeah, just to know.
This was a super exciting race to both call and watch. Honestly, I'll just let the two of you discuss it. I don't think you need any prompts from me on anything. And if you do, just holler out.
I mean, the
I don't know.
reason I was in so much shambles in the late game was because I was like, oh, I just lost. Like, I died two or three times. So I was like, yeah, I just lost. So I'm just playing from behind.
Yeah, I thought I was dead once West was 3. I was like, Vari is here. It's over.
Now, where did you go? Like, what happened?
I just went to lower north here.
Oh, wait, like you did, and you completed it?
Yeah, I just did suitless.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. What was it, like 6+1?
Yeah, 6+1, I think. Yeah. 6+1, had 40 supers, I had 29 entering the fight, and luckily it wasn't Ridley, otherwise it would have been really slow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, lucky that it was a different boss, and I just was able to get out relatively quick. It was still slow, like again, being Barrier and West Meridia, I felt pretty bad. I was hoping it was like going to be buried in East, or like maybe behind a boss or something, but when I saw Cray down there, I'm like, oh no. And then when I saw West 3, I was like, oh no. And I knew you would go down, and I knew that you would go back up, because you couldn't make that call without the space jump that I got underneath Ocean, which I knew you didn't get, which I knew that you wouldn't be able to do it without.
Wait, how'd you get back to Oak? Oh, did you go up to Rex Ship?
I went up to Rex Ship, yeah.
And you had to reset the boss?
No, I didn't go for the boss. No, I didn't go. I just got the major, and then I left because it was like no point. It had to be like exactly Kraid for it to be worth, and then an item there, and I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. So I left. And then that space jump, I thought I had to use it. Like I had to get some value out of it, and it was suitless LN.
What was the major in Red Tower?
Charge upgrade, which probably mattered. Probably.
Yeah, there was one at Mama Turtle. Mama Turtle had Varia and charge upgrade.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I almost didn't check 3 Musketeers. I was like 99% of rando players quit checking items right before they're about to hit big, and I checked 3 Musketeers. I'm like starting to back out. I'm like, oh, it's Ice Beam. This is like the one thing that Nevdi probably skipped. I can maybe win.
I was taking too much. I was like obviously hell running it, so I couldn't go for it. yeah, so I just left it. Maybe I could have gone for it, but yeah, jeez, I don't know. Far out. That was.
Yeah, it was screw. You can probably do it, but
Yeah. Did you not have screw?
no, I did. So you did too, is what I mean.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
like with the screw, it makes the
It
killing the
makes it
musketeers
slightly-
safe.
Man, I can't believe it. I'm like,
Did you clear the green brand in the last location?
no, I left Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Mm.
I did that first, actually.
Yeah, it was fine. I nearly left Spore Spawn Supers as well, but there was still an E outstanding, so I'm like, oh look, if it's an E tank, it's probably good, and very lucky that I did, because I wouldn't have been able to do that suitless, probably. I wouldn't have made the call to go on that suitless without it, because then Ridley was undoable. I would have been able to do it, but it had to not be Ridley, and I'm not making that gamble.
That's fair.
Just, I can't
Yeah,
believe everything happened.
There's so many different things, Nevdi. You didn't check Mission Impossible. That easily is like 10 seconds. You didn't check BT. That's another, 15 seconds with a fight, something like that.
Oh, did you check BT, Smelon?
Yeah, with 2 and 2, I was like, probably do it, even though I actually didn't consider that you have to fight him when I was doing that. So once I had to fight him, I was like, oof.
That was the reason I didn't. I never fought him in the bombs then.
Yeah, I did
Pretty
230,
lucky that it was-
obviously. I assume you did 230?
Yeah, yep. I went back in for Behind Morph as well. An old school play. We used to
Oh, I
make
did
more
that
in
too.
Strat, but oh, you did, yeah, cool. It's
I did
not
that,
bad.
yeah.
It's fine to do. Didn't work here, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, you did that, Nevdi, and I'm like, what's he checking that for? And then I had completely forgot it was like a countdown, so that could have been a major back there. I'm like, it's probably muscle memory from area rando or map rando, and then I'm like, nah. Then Smellin did it, and chat's yelling at me that I'm an idiot, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a great play. They both know how to play better than I do. What a surprise!
Yeah, like that could just be speed, and then if you don't get that, it's horrible.
So I had coming into Red Tower, I'm like, if this is a count, I'm going up. But I fully understand just going down on the count of one. Just double suitless. I was like, I'm just gonna go up and hit the count and then check the wreck ship number, because just knowing the number's good. And it worked out in the context of you stuffing up, but otherwise it was bad. Does that make sense? Like, if you didn't die and stuff, your route's just better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
So I died.
for me.
I can't remember if I died 2 or 3 times. Did you peek Croc or no?
I did, yeah, and I forgot that it's not area render, so you have to reset it, and I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah, I knew, but I still did it because I saved because I wanted to save before getting high jump.
I think it's Varia, it's fine. And you're not doing LN, so it was just kind of could have cost me on the recount. We'll have to see, but yeah, I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
So you just got high jump and then went back to west, and then just did.
No, I did high jump first. So I got speed. I did ice first, and then I did high jump, and then I peaked the item, and it was high jump. So I was like, okay, I want to get that. So I took Croc Speedway, which I don't know if that's better. Took Croc Speedway, saved, checked Croc, reset, failed the short charge, crystal flashed, failed the short charge, reset. Then I tried to go over to do the bomb jump, but then once I was over there to do the bomb jump, I remembered that the platforms break. So then,
so you've screwed right. Oh yeah. I've done that before.
Yeah, so I just stood in the lava until I died. I was like, oh yeah, the platforms break. I can't crystal flash over here.
I had space jump for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I would call that the incident at Croc Escape, unfortunately.
I think maybe you're just supposed to, because high jump's not going to make you change the clear of Upper Norfair. So
yeah. I just
go and get something.
I don't know. It was bad. I should have just gone to Bubble Mountain immediately and then known that I can just back out and get high jump on the way out. But maybe if I'd done that, I might not have saved, and then I would have died.
I mean, ultimately, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah,
I guess, but it's always good to look back and see what's technically correct and what's not, because you can't do it in the moment. So looking afterwards it's nice to see if you're doing the right thing or not.
Well, your instincts led us to a great race.
Yeah, I'm happy that it was a cool lower Norfair to see, but I'm not necessarily sure if it was the right thing to do. Given my info at the time, I think it absolutely was, but I think that I put myself in that position by going to ship, which is probably wrong, but I'll have to talk to others after this about that. But I'm just exhausted. Hey, that was a crazy race. I mean, I'm going to call it a draw for now until we get the recount, and I think I was expecting nothing less. Smelon and I are like 50-50 coming into this, like versus each other. I think we are.
No, it's
Lately
like
we are.
30-70.
In whose favor?
And you?
Okay, good.
30 me, 30 you.
Yeah, lately it's been pretty split. But
What do you mean lately?
got
It's only gotten better since I've gotten better, but it's like always been not good for me.
I don't know. I think you beat me in the last couple of races we had. Oh, we got the.
Yeah,
By the way, we got
two,
the
and then
worst
the last 10
settings too.
before that, you beat me.
Fair. We got the worst settings too. I was gonna like do a fake forfeit and see if you'd follow me, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to mess with it.
I was gonna like send a smiley face, but then I was like, oh, but if you checked Gauntlet, then like it could be information. But yeah, GG.
Happy it led up to this hype, and we'll see what the end result is. But GG, man, it's always. I'm so happy we got to race. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, what a great nighttime race for a whole bunch of people who were like, yeah, I'm just watching this to relax before going to bed. And boy, are they going to have trouble sleeping. Good job, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you for the comms.
Yeah, if this is the way that I get to have a
time.
great watching of a race, I mean, this is a great way to spend my time.
Yeah, thanks guys, and thanks for staying up late too.
Yeah.
Smelling like DJ hours. It's good.
I could not believe it when you weren't done yet. When I got to the parlor door, like entering landing side, I was like, okay, I guess I won. Like how? How did I win?
Then I just take it away from you. Technically,
I
maybe,
know.
maybe.
Like,
We'll see. I keep
no.
saying I won, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure you won, but I guess
as it stands by the talking and race time, you won. But I guarantee there will be a recount just because I don't know what the exact rule is, but I'm pretty sure you two are within it.
Yeah.
1 second on race time. I did record. I do have a VOD.
All right.
That's all.
I'm out. I'm gonna have some lunch and chill. But thank you again, everyone, for being here and making this race happen, and comms and like a crew for it. It's awesome. And GG against Smelon, and see you guys next time.
GG.
All right. Thanks, Nevdi. Thanks, Melon. Nerdvana, you have anything else for tonight?
I mean, just gotta say, this is probably one of the most exciting races that I've ever gotten to see at this point. And if this is how we're starting off, just going into week 2, then I cannot wait to see what the rest of these races are going to have for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Week 2 of Swiss. Wait till we get to brackets. And honestly, this was one of the most exciting races that I've seen in a Super Metroid, and will end up going down probably as one of the most exciting races of this entire tournament. Hopefully, we get more like it, though. I definitely would like to see that.
Given the runners that we have available in these brackets, I think we're going to see a lot of exciting races here in our near future.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight. So we'll do a quick wrap up here. First off, let's shout out both Nevdi and Smelon for putting on such an amazing race for us tonight. Without the racers, then we don't have any races to come. Let's shout out SpeedGaming, allowing us to restream on their channels. Without SpeedGaming letting us restream, we don't have channels we're restreaming on. Shout outs to chat. Thank you for joining us, chat. Without you guys, I make mistakes and nobody corrects me, so I think I'm right and then I'm just wrong. Let's, of course, shout out Nubian God, our tracker. Trackers are the MVPs, and in fact, without a tracker, we cannot get a restream on SpeedGaming. So thank you, Nubian God.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you and just putting my 2 cents in, saying an absolutely thank you to Nubian God here as well.
Yep. So I put links in chat. Please, if you're not following the runners, go give those runners a follow. Follows are free for you to give, and they show great support to the runners. You can also follow the rest of the comms crew, Nerdvana and Nubian God. I put their I've also put their Twitch handles in the chat. You can follow me if you're so inclined, but I never self-encourage a follow because, quite frankly, I don't stream, and yeah, you just hitting a button for nothing, unfortunately. And so with that, that's going to bring us to a close of tonight's presentation from the 2024 Super Metroid Dash tournament. We had Nevdi versus Smelon. Nevdi eked out a 1 second win that will be retimed just to be sure, because wow, what a close race. Thanks to Nerdvana for joining me on comms. Thank you, Nubian God, for tracking. And I will say to all of you, see you next mission. Have a great night.